Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut the crap. You're here because you're stuck in a toxic relationship and deep down you know it's destroying you. Maybe it's your partner, a so-called friend, or even a family member who manipulates, drains, and controls you. You keep making excuses, lying to yourself and convincing yourself that things will get better. But here's the cold, hard truth. You're the reason you're still in that mess. No one is coming to save you. No one will magically appear and pull you out. You have to do it yourself. And the reason you haven't broken free yet, you're missing one thing. Just one. The mindset, the guts, the brutal self-awareness to finally say, enough. Today, I'm not here to sugarcoat reality. I'm here to rip off the blindfold and expose the raw, ugly truth. You need to wake the hell up, grab life by the throat, and take back your power. It won't be easy. It won't be comfortable. But if you don't do it now, you'll waste years, maybe even your whole damn life stuck in this miserable cycle. So listen up. Pay attention. And for once, do something about it. Brutal self-honesty, admit that you're the problem. Most people trapped in toxic relationships have one thing in common. They lie to themselves. They create excuses, justify the abuse, and shift blame. But here's the truth. You are the reason you're still stuck. The toxicity continues because you allow it. You've given away your power and you refuse to take it back. That's the brutal reality you need to face. The problem isn't just the other person, it's your weak mindset. You tolerate disrespect, manipulation, and emotional blackmail because deep down, you're too afraid to walk away. Maybe it's fear of being alone, maybe it's financial dependency, or maybe it's just your pathetic need for validation. But here's the kicker. No one respects a doormat. If you let people walk all over you, they'll keep doing it. Wake up and admit it. Stop playing the victim. The moment you accept that you are responsible for your situation, you gain the power to change it. But if you keep making excuses, if you keep saying it's complicated or it's not that bad, you're lying to yourself. And every lie you tell yourself digs you deeper into the hole. You need to be ruthlessly honest with yourself. Look in the mirror and ask, why am I still here? What am I afraid of? What's the worst that could happen if I walk away? And when you get those answers, don't turn away. Face them, own them. And then decide whether you want to be a prisoner of your own weakness or a warrior who takes control. Cut the emotional bullshit. Stop making excuses. Let's get one thing straight. Your emotions are keeping you trapped. Every excuse you make, but I love them. They had a rough childhood. They're not always like this, is nothing but emotional nonsense. You are rationalizing your own suffering because it's easier to stay in pain than to face the fear of the unknown. That's weak. That's pathetic. And that's exactly why you're still stuck. You need to stop acting like a bleeding heart fool and start thinking logically. Love doesn't excuse abuse. Loyalty doesn't justify disrespect. You're not staying because you're a good person. You're staying because you're a coward. The truth hurts, doesn't it? But that's exactly why you need to hear it. If you don't strip the emotions out of the equation, you'll never make the decision to leave. Think of it this way. If someone held a gun to your head and forced you to stay, that would be abuse, right? So why the hell do you tolerate emotional and psychological abuse as if it's any different? Just because it's not physical doesn't mean it's not real. It's worse, actually, because you're doing it to yourself by staying. You need to flip the switch in your mind. See the situation for what it really is. Stop viewing it through the lens of nostalgia, hope, or attachment. Facts don't care about your feelings. If someone treats you like garbage, if they manipulate, control, or degrade you, then you need to accept the truth. They don't respect you. And if you keep tolerating it, you don't respect yourself either. Here's your wake-up call. Cut the emotional bullshit and take action. The more you let your feelings cloud your judgment, the more you'll keep yourself trapped. Decisions need to be made with logic, not emotions. If something is destroying you, you cut it off. No hesitation, no excuses, no regrets. That's how winners operate. Build the courage to walk away no matter the cost. Here's the ugly truth. Breaking free from a toxic relationship will cost you. You might lose money, social status, mutual friends, or even family ties. But so what? Are those things worth your peace, your happiness, your future? If you're too scared to walk away because you're afraid of what you'll lose, then you've already lost. Courage isn't about feeling ready. It's about acting despite the fear. Do you think warriors in battle feel safe? Do you think successful people wait until they're comfortable to take risks? No. They move forward because they know the alternative is worse. You need to develop that same mentality. If staying in your situation means living in pain, then leaving, no matter how hard it seems, is always the better option. Most people cling to their toxic relationships because they are afraid of change. They'd rather suffer in familiar misery than step into the unknown. That's weak. That's loser thinking. You need to adopt a zero-tolerance mindset. If something is poisoning your life, you walk away, no matter how painful, no matter how inconvenient. No negotiation, no second chances, no looking back, and yes, it will hurt. You will feel lost, confused, even broken. So what? Pain is temporary. But staying in a toxic cycle, that's a life sentence. You have to be willing to endure temporary suffering for long-term freedom. That's the price of escaping. And if you're not willing to pay it, then be honest with yourself. You're choosing to stay a victim. Walking away isn't just about leaving the other person. It's about proving to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. The moment you take that first step, you reclaim your power. You send a message not just to them, but to yourself, that you refuse to live as a prisoner anymore. And that is the first step to real freedom. Take back control, set ruthless boundaries. If you think leaving a toxic person is enough, you're dead wrong. If you don't learn to set ruthless, non-negotiable boundaries, you'll just end up in another toxic situation, repeating the same damn cycle. Freedom isn't about running away. It's about taking control. And control starts with setting hard lines and making sure no one ever crosses them again. Weak people think boundaries are about asking nicely for respect. That's garbage. Boundaries are about commanding respect. You don't beg people to treat you right. You demand it. And if they can't, you remove them from your life without hesitation. No debates, no justifications, no guilt. If someone disrespects you once, that's a warning. If they do it twice, they're testing you. If they do it a third time and you allow it, congratulations. You just told them they can keep walking all over you. Stop acting like a pushover. When someone crosses the line, you correct them immediately. If they don't change, you cut them off. Cold, brutal, and permanent. Some people will call you harsh. They'll say you're overreacting. Ignore them. The only people who get upset about your boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. If someone can't handle your standards, that's their problem, not yours. You are not responsible for their feelings. You are only responsible for protecting your peace. From now on, your mindset should be this: if you bring toxicity into my life, you're gone. No second chances, no explanations, no drama, just gone. That's how you build a life where you are in control. That's how you ensure you never become a victim again. And that is the only way you truly break free. Destroy the fear of being alone. Most people stay in toxic relationships because they're terrified of being alone. They convince themselves that any relationship, even a bad one, is better than being by themselves. That's loser thinking. And if you think like that, you'll always be a prisoner. The truth is, if you don't love being alone, you don't love yourself. Simple as that. If you're scared to be by yourself, it means you rely on others to give your life meaning. That's pathetic. Winners don't need external validation. They are complete on their own. And that's exactly where you need to get. Being alone isn't a punishment. It's a gift. It's the time when you rebuild, refocus, and realign your life. It's when you learn who you really are without the influence of toxic people. And if that scares you, good. That means it's exactly what you need. Stop chasing relationships just to fill a void. Stop fearing solitude like it's some kind of disease. The strongest people in the world are the ones who stand alone and thrive. If you can't do that, you'll always be dependent on someone else for your happiness. And that's a weakness that toxic people will exploit over and over again. Develop the mindset that says, I would rather be alone than be with someone who drains me. Once you do that, you become untouchable. No one can manipulate you. No one can control you. And best of all, you will never settle for anything less than you deserve ever again. Develop a killer instinct. Stop being emotionally weak. Life isn't fair. The world doesn't care about your feelings. And if you think kindness, patience, or understanding will change a toxic person, you're delusional. You need to develop a killer instinct, a mindset that says, if you try to manipulate me, I will cut you off. If you disrespect me, I will remove you from my life. If you try to take advantage of me, I will make damn sure you never get the chance again. Too many people operate with a weak emotional mindset when dealing with toxic relationships. They feel guilty. They want to fix the other person. They believe in second chances. And that's exactly why they keep getting hurt. Let me tell you something. Toxic people don't change. They don't wake up one day and magically become better. They only change when they lose the ability to manipulate you. If you want to break free, you need to stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like a predator. That means anticipating manipulation, recognizing red flags immediately, and cutting people off before they get the chance to destroy you. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about being cruel. This is about protecting yourself from the parasites that feed off your kindness. Having a killer instinct means you don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. It means you're always in control. It means you trust actions, not words. Toxic people are masters of fake apologies, crocodile tears, and empty promises. If someone hurts you once, it's a mistake. If they hurt you twice, it's a pattern. If they hurt you 3 times, you're the idiot for still being there. Understand this: weakness attracts predators. The more emotional, forgiving, and naive you are, the easier you are to exploit. If you want to stop being a target, you have to stop thinking like prey. That means becoming ruthless when necessary. That means being able to say no without explanation. That means cutting ties without feeling bad about it. That means knowing that your peace, your success, and your happiness matter more than anyone else's feelings. Once you develop this mindset, toxic people lose all power over you. They can't guilt trip you. They can't manipulate you. They can't play their games because you see right through them. And when that happens, you win. Create a new identity. Reinvent yourself from scratch. Breaking free from a toxic relationship isn't just about walking away. It's about becoming someone new. If you don't change, you'll attract the same kind of people, repeat the same mistakes, and end up right back where you started. You don't just leave a toxic relationship. You kill the version of yourself that tolerated it. The person you were, the one who allowed abuse, who made excuses, who stayed too long, that person is dead. You are not them anymore. And from now on, every decision you make, every action you take, must reflect the new version of you. That means setting higher standards. That means choosing strength over comfort. That means deciding that you will never, ever settle for less than you deserve again. Your new identity starts with rewiring your mindset. You must tell yourself, I am not the victim. I am not weak. I do not need anyone to complete me. I am in control of my life. And you must repeat it until it becomes the truth. Every toxic relationship leaves scars, but those scars are reminders of what you will never tolerate again. Reinventing yourself also means changing your environment. If you surround yourself with weak, toxic, or negative people, you will become weak, toxic, and negative. Cut out anyone who doesn't align with the future you're building. Get around winners. Find people who push you to be better. Your circle determines your success. Finally, you need to take action. Reinventing yourself isn't just about thinking differently. It's about proving it with your choices. That means leveling up in every area of your life. Your health, your mindset, your career, your confidence, everything. You don't just survive after leaving a toxic relationship. You thrive. You become unstoppable. When you do this, something amazing happens. The people who used to manipulate you, they can't touch you anymore. The toxic cycle's broken forever. And the person you become, stronger, wiser, and completely in control of your destiny. This isn't about moving on. This is about becoming someone so powerful that you will never be a victim again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stop pretending. You already know what you need to do. The only thing standing between you and freedom is you. You either make the hard decision today or you stay trapped for the rest of your life. There is no in between. You can keep waiting, hoping, and making excuses, but every day you delay is another day wasted. And let me be brutally honest, time is running out. You don't get an unlimited number of chances to change your life. If you keep putting this off, one day you'll wake up and it'll be too late. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna stay weak? Are you gonna keep tolerating garbage? Or are you gonna rise the hell up and take back your life? No one is coming to save you. You either save yourself or you stay a victim. Choose wisely.